Have you ever felt like you're just surviving in life, not truly thriving? You wake up every morning, go to work, come back home, and the cycle continues. But deep inside, there's a fire, a hunger that screams, "I deserve more than this." Most people spend their entire lives imprisoned by fear. Fear of what others will think. Fear of failure. Fear that their hard work will be wasted. They sacrifice their dreams simply because the path looks difficult. They settle for mediocrity because breaking through to greatness requires a level of commitment that terrifies them. But what if I told you there's a mindset capable of completely transforming your reality? A way of thinking that makes you absolutely unshakable in the face of any obstacle. A mental framework so powerful that when you truly embody it, people sense something different about you. Something that commands respect. Something that makes weakness itself uncomfortable in your presence. Today, we're diving deep into the mind of one of history's most relentless conquerors, Alexander the Great, a man who didn't just build an empire, he built an unbreakable psychology of victory. If you clicked on this video, it's because you know you're meant for something greater. You want mental toughness, unshakable confidence, and a purpose that drives you forward no matter what. And that's exactly what you're about to discover. Alexander the Great might seem like just another name from ancient history, but behind that name lies one of the most extraordinary examples of relentless ambition and mental fortitude the world has ever witnessed. Born in 356 BC in Macedonia, Alexander inherited a kingdom, but he had a vision that went far beyond what anyone thought possible. By the age of 20, he became king. By 30, he had conquered most of the known world. But here's what makes Alexander truly remarkable. He didn't win through luck or circumstances. He won because of an iron mindset that refused to accept defeat. While other leaders played it safe, Alexander asked, "Why not me? Why not now?" When his advisors said something was impossible, he saw it as a challenge. When his enemies thought they had him cornered, he found a way to turn the situation into his greatest advantage. Alexander wasn't just a military genius, he was a master of psychology, strategy, and self-belief. His philosophy wasn't just about conquering lands, it was about conquering the limitations that most people accept as reality. And here's the most powerful part. Every single principle that made Alexander unstoppable can be applied to your life today. A professor of military history at West Point notes that Alexander's success came not from superior resources, but from what modern psychology calls strategic audacity combined with unwavering self-belief. He operated at a level of confidence that intimidated opponents before battles even began. An iron mind isn't about aggression or recklessness. It's about having an unbreakable mental foundation. One that doesn't crack under pressure. One that doesn't bend when everyone else is folding. One that sees obstacles as opportunities and setbacks as setups for comebacks. Think about the last time you faced a truly difficult situation. Maybe a project failed. Maybe you lost money. Maybe someone betrayed you. How did you respond? Did you collapse? Did you make excuses? Did you blame circumstances? Or did you stand back up, analyze what went wrong, and come back stronger? Most people crumble when things get tough. They let one failure define them. They let one rejection destroy their confidence. They let one setback convince them they're not meant for success. But what if I told you that these moments are actually your greatest opportunities to forge mental strength? Alexander embodied this iron mindset. He didn't expect conquest to be easy. He expected it to be the hardest thing he'd ever do. And that's precisely why he was ready for it. When his army faced impossible odds, they didn't panic because Alexander didn't panic. His certainty became their certainty. Having an iron mind means looking at challenges and asking, how is this making me stronger? It means transforming doubt into determination, fear into fuel, and obstacles into stepping stones. This type of mindset is rare. But when you develop it, it doesn't matter if you're building a business, leading a team, or fighting personal demons. You become someone who doesn't break. Research from the University of Pennsylvania's psychology department shows that individuals who develop this type of resilient mindset demonstrate what scientists call stress-related growth. They don't just survive challenges, they actually become stronger because of them. Alexander didn't leave behind a philosophical book, but his actions spoke louder than any words. Through studying his life, we can extract 5 core principles that created his unshakable mindset. The first pillar is having a vision so big it scares you. Alexander didn't want to just defend his kingdom. He wanted to conquer the entire known world. People thought he was crazy. His own advisors questioned his sanity. But Alexander understood something most people never grasp. Small goals create small people. When you aim for something extraordinary, you become extraordinary in the process. Not because you're guaranteed to achieve it, but because the pursuit transforms you. Every day you chase something massive, you're building mental muscles that most people never develop. This means that today, you need to define your audacious vision, not the safe version. Not the version that won't disappoint people if you fail. The version that makes your heart race and your hands shake. The version that, if you achieved it, would completely change your life and the lives of those around you. Most people set goals they know they can achieve. That's not ambition. That's fear wearing a disguise. Alexander set goals that terrified him, and then he became the person capable of achieving them. What's the vision you've been too afraid to admit to yourself? That's where you need to start. A researcher studying high achievers at Stanford found that individuals who set what they call unreasonable goals consistently outperform those who set realistic ones, even when they don't fully achieve the unreasonable goal. The pursuit itself creates exceptional growth. The second pillar is taking decisive action, even with incomplete information. Alexander faced the famous Gordian knot, a knot so complex that legends said whoever untied it would rule Asia, while others stood there trying to figure out the puzzle. Alexander simply drew his sword and cut through it. This wasn't recklessness. This was understanding that sometimes the best solution is the bold one. Most people are paralyzed by analysis. They wait for perfect information. They want guarantees before they move. But here's the truth. You will never have all the information. You will never have complete certainty. And waiting for it is just fear disguised as prudence. In your life, this means making decisions and owning them. Stop researching endlessly. Stop asking for everyone's opinion. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is the one where you finally decide to act. Choose a direction, commit fully, and adjust as you go. Speed, combined with commitment, beats perfect planning every single time. While others are still debating whether to start, you're already 3 steps ahead. Learning from real experience rather than hypothetical scenarios. This is how you build unstoppable momentum. Alexander never asked his soldiers to do anything he wouldn't do himself. He fought in the front lines. He took the same risks. He endured the same hardships. This wasn't about proving his bravery. It was about creating absolute trust and commitment in his team. In your life, this principle transforms everything. Whether you're leading a team at work, raising a family, or building something from scratch, people don't follow your words, they follow your example. You can't ask others to sacrifice if you're not willing to sacrifice. You can't demand excellence if you accept mediocrity in yourself. This means being the hardest worker in the room, being the first to arrive and the last to leave, being the one who takes responsibility when things go wrong and deflects credit when things go right. This isn't about martyrdom, it's about integrity. When people see you living the standards you preach, they'll follow you anywhere. A professor of organizational behavior at Harvard has documented that leaders who model the behavior they expect from others create what researchers call credibility-based influence, which is 5 times more effective than authority-based influence. Alexander had the greatest teacher in history, Aristotle. But Alexander's real education came from experience. Every battle taught him something new. Every victory revealed new possibilities. Every setback forced him to adapt. He never stopped learning, never stopped evolving his strategy. Most people stop learning after formal education ends. They develop a fixed way of doing things and defend it regardless of results. They become rigid, brittle, easy to break. But those with an iron mind understand that the moment you stop learning is the moment you start dying. This means approaching every experience with curiosity. When something works, ask why. When something fails, ask what you can learn. Read voraciously. Study people who've achieved what you want. Experiment constantly. Stay humble enough to admit when you don't know something, and hungry enough to figure it out. The world is changing faster than ever. The skills that got you here won't get you there. The only competitive advantage that lasts is the ability to learn faster than everyone else. This isn't optional anymore. It's survival. Finally, the most crucial pillar, unshakable composure under pressure. Alexander faced mutinies, near-death experiences, seemingly impossible military situations. In every case, while others panicked, he remained calm, calculated, and confident. His certainty infected his entire army. This is the ultimate test of an iron mind. Not how you perform when things are easy, but how you show up when everything's falling apart. When you're facing financial ruin, when your health fails, when people betray you, when your plans completely collapse, that's when mental resilience separates the strong from the legendary. Building this resilience requires practice. You don't develop it by avoiding stress. You develop it by consistently facing challenges that push your limits. Each time you face fear and don't back down, you're building psychological armor. Each time you stay calm when you want to panic, you're strengthening your mental core. Research from the military's resilience training programs shows that mental toughness can be systematically developed through controlled exposure to stress combined with recovery periods, creating what psychologists call stress inoculation. Understanding these principles is one thing. Living them is everything. The gap between knowing and doing is where most people's dreams die. So how do you actually embody this iron mindset in your daily life? Stop playing small. Stop hiding behind excuses. Stop waiting for someone to give you permission to be excellent. Take the project no one else wants. Volunteer for the challenging assignment. Speak up in meetings even when your voice shakes. Make the bold proposal that might get rejected. Every day you play it safe is a day you're training yourself to be average. Every day you step into discomfort is a day you're building your iron mind. The opportunities you want don't come to those who wait. They come to those who demonstrate they're ready through decisive action. Be the person who speaks truth even when it's uncomfortable. Be the one who shows up consistently, not just when it's convenient. Be the one who takes responsibility for your part in conflicts instead of playing the victim. Lead by example in your family, in your friendships, in your community. Weak people blame others. Strong people take ownership. The iron mind doesn't make excuses for behavior. It holds itself to a higher standard and invites others to rise to that level. Create a daily practice that forges mental strength. Start your day with the hardest task, not the easiest. Exercise even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Study your craft when others are scrolling. Save money when others are spending. Make the disciplined choice over the comfortable choice. Every small decision to choose difficulty over ease is building your iron mind. It's not about one grand gesture. It's about 1,000 small choices that compound into an unbreakable character. If you want to embody this philosophy, you need a daily ritual, something that anchors you to these principles every single day. Here's a simple but powerful framework. Morning declaration. Before you check your phone, before the world bombards you with its demands, declare your intention. Write down what I will conquer today, what fear I will face, what discomfort I will embrace. Make it specific, make it challenging, make it non-negotiable. Strategic action. Identify the one action that, if completed, would make today a victory regardless of what else happens. The conversation you've been avoiding, the decision you need to make, the work that requires your absolute focus. Do that thing first. Do it with complete presence. Evening assessment. At day's end, review honestly. Did I live up to my declaration? Where did I show strength? Where did I compromise? What will I do differently tomorrow? This isn't about self-judgment, it's about self-awareness. You can't improve what you don't measure. This ritual, repeated daily, creates something remarkable. It builds what psychologists call self-efficacy, the belief that you can accomplish what you set out to do. And that belief, backed by daily evidence of your own reliability, becomes unshakable. Alexander conquered empires, but the greatest conquest is the one you make within yourself. The battle against your own doubt, your own fear, your own laziness, your own excuses. That's the battle that determines everything else in your life. You don't need an army to be a warrior. You need a decision, a commitment, a refusal to accept anything less than your absolute best. The iron mind isn't something you're born with. It's something you forge through daily choices, through consistent action, through refusing to quit when things get hard. The question isn't whether you're capable of developing this mindset. The question is whether you're willing to do what it takes, because I promise you, it won't be comfortable. You'll face resistance from yourself and others. You'll want to quit. You'll doubt whether it's worth it. But on the other side of that discomfort is a version of you that you can barely imagine right now. A version that doesn't break under pressure. A version that sees obstacles as opportunities. A version that inspires others simply by showing up as your authentic, powerful self. So tell me, what conquest are you starting today? What fear are you finally going to face? What excuse are you done making? Drop it in the comments. Let's build an army of people with iron minds. If this message resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay relentless, stay hungry, and build your iron mind one day at a time.